All right. So, welcome to October. Awesome end to September with that great sale. I got a lot of random orders that came in. I hope everybody else did as well. It was a lot of fun to have that going on. So now we are in October, whole new month, time to get going again, and let's hit the ground running. So, first of all, any guests we'd like to welcome and just share? We don't have any guests on tonight, do we? All right. So, oh, here's some noise in the background. So if everybody could mute, that would be great. I think it's might be Dorothy. Okay. So, just so you feel confident in sharing Pure Haven, a lot of customers turn to us to join as a consultant for mission. We have a very powerful mission to educate families about toxins in their everyday products and provide a safe solution. We offer free training on events like this and then also throughout the week. $35. I don't know if anybody's ever looked at what a franchise costs to open, but $35 to start your own business is super cost effective. We have a 60-day money back guarantee on products. You have a like-minded community to support you. We were just on our calendar control. Thank you, Svet, for joining me for that. I am in Las Vegas this week, so I already have my whole week planned because I am mostly at Eric's house talking systems and also just finding out what's going on in our industry. But calendar control is a great time to come on and just plan your calendar for the week. I used it as a power hour instead. Time flexibility. You can work your business when you want, where you want. Unfortunately, it does not work itself, so you do have to work, but it does allow you the time flexibility to work when you want to and earn extra income. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next slide. Ongoing, we have Hearts of Hope. This is a philanthropy that was started by Mary Julik, who is one of our owners. She unfortunately lost her son to cancer when he was a teenager. And when she was going through that experience, she found that there was a lot of help for her child with cancer, but not a lot of help for her or her other children. And so when you get that Hearts of Hope thing that pops up on your customers' orders, you do not, that is what that's for, but we also like to match or go above and beyond if we can, and donate that every month for each one of our customers who purchases. And you can find the information on that in Circle in one of the file tabs on top. You can text Michelle or send Michelle Santa Maria your money for that at the end of every month, and she compiles it, and then we write a check at conference. October is also sometimes known as Pinktober, and unfortunately, every product under the sun gets a pink ribbon splashed on it, whether any money actually goes to support breast cancer awareness or not. And lots of times the products that get pink ribbons splashed on them are actually carcinogenic. So, it's kind of ironic that these companies that are putting pink ribbons on products also are knowingly causing cancer. And so we are about spreading awareness and also talking about prevention. Kim and Gina kind of spearheaded this effort this year. Both of them did this last year. So basically you're all going to get a text, and I posted about it in Circle. But our goal for the team is 500 deodorants. I believe we can do that pretty easily if we are all working together to ask our customers and our friends and families if they will donate a deodorant. And the way that works is you just order the deodorant, have it shipped to me. I would love to have my son's room. He is in California, so he is not in his room. I would love to have his room full of deodorant that we then have to take to Gloria Gemma. If I run out of room in his room, that would be the best feeling on earth. So please send me all of your deodorants. I would love to be able to go with anybody local who wants to come with me to bring those down to Gloria Gemma. Gina, can you talk a little bit about how you ran this on your end last year?
Sure.
What you did and how many deodorants you were able to get?
So last year was either the second or third year I did it. So I basically reached out to just about everyone I knew, friends, a lot of people at the gym, people I knew on Facebook, and just really said, would you be willing to donate X amount of money for a deodorant drive? And sometimes they would be like, sure. And sometimes they would be like, well, tell me more. Most of them were like, tell me more. And I would
Yeah.
explain, so about Gloria Gemma, because that was the organization we used last year, what it is, what it does, how it supports breast cancer patients and their families, and that we were going to ship it to them, and then they ship the products directly. They hand it directly to patients. And so I think I did 20 something the year before. Last year, I got 51 deodorants.
Woohoo! How many
From
are you
about
going for this year?
more
Yeah. So if Gina does
75. I
100,
don't know.
if Gina does 100, then and we each do 100 on this call, we've beat our goal. So
Right.
let's all go hard and try to get as many deodorants as we can to Gloria Gemma. And Gina this year created a link tree for us and a QR code. And we were going to put stickers with the link tree and the QR code. And all of the stickers, that QR code will go to Welcome Wellness and Wellness Circle. So that the
Third to
people,
8 o'clock. So
the recipients of those deodorants can come and learn more about Pure Haven, and why Pure Haven is such a good option. So, really excited about that. Kim, you did something different this year too. We have this beautiful little logo that the deodorant drive group has been working on. So Kim, can you talk a little bit about what we're doing with that aside from getting you guys some branded sort of stuff promotional material to work with on social media?
sure. So we want to focus more on prevention because when you mention October to people, they already know, most people know that it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But just being aware isn't enough for us. So we want to spread the message on what people are actually using. And so that's where this graphic kind of came from, which we will be using with our posts. But you can also, you're looking to collect donations for deodorants, but consultants and customers can purchase a t-shirt to go along with that. So the total cost of the deodorant with shipping, tax and shipping is $24. And for $16 more, they can add this t-shirt, which for me, I love it. I actually shared it with a friend tonight. She's already getting the t-shirt. She's ordering the deodorant because she was just as excited as I was. Just to be able to say like, yeah, we're aware of it now and what more can we do?
Right.
So that's where this is going.
Yeah. So Kim has a friend who designed this logo and kind of worked tirelessly with her on it. It started very differently, and we've gotten it to such a great place. I just love this logo. I think it can probably be used year after year. So Kayla did a great job on it. So that's what we're doing for philanthropy. There's information in Circle. What, Leslie, what do you want to see the t-shirt? Kim, can you possibly pull up and screen share the t-shirt? Up, you're muted.
All right, go on and I will see if I can pop it in somewhere. It's in my text messages and I'm on my laptop.
Okay, fantastic. What I usually do with that, Kim, is I grab it, download it to my phone, send it to myself on Facebook, and then save it from there. That usually works well. Jen is going to talk a little bit about our calendar this week, which looks a little bit different. We usually have it a little bit more spread out. But everybody's going on vacation and I am at Eric's house in Las Vegas. So we kind of do catch can this week. And by the way, I just want to point out open coaching this week is on Thursday, but the reason that I moved it from Wednesday to Thursday is this new wellness group that I joined, where I'm actually going to be speaking about removing toxins. Like went once and the founder of the group wants me to speak about that. And I made some great connections. So find groups in your area, find groups that are talking about wellness and reach out to them. But that's going to be on Thursdays. So I'm moving it back to Wednesdays, just FYI. So anyway, Jen, I will let you talk a little bit about the calendar and what everything is.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Yeah, it's actually fall break here in Tennessee, so we're off on vacation. So every week you want to make sure that you are checking this and plugging this stuff into your calendar if it fits into your schedule. So our power hours are basically just come on and we work. It's hold you accountable to getting the work done by being here and having a team member here with you. So we go over what we're excited about in our business, what we're going to work on in the hour, and then we work and we come back and go over, and share what we did. Social media power hour is strictly that. We were working strictly on social media, making sure that you're consistent with your social media, getting out there and putting stuff out there on social media. Skills training is different every single week. So make sure that you check that out. The topic changes every week. And let's see, what else do we have? Open coaching. We've got team building and brainstorming. Come on and just basically it's a mastermind of the team members. So just talk things through. Sometimes the leader running it will have something to talk about, and that's always nice to hear different ideas, right? Sometimes one person might be more creative in thinking about something than the other. So I know that I struggle with that, and that definitely helps me. The hour before, Beth kind of talked on it already, but is the calendar control. The hour before our meeting is their calendar control, where you can look this up and make sure that your calendar is all set. Okay. So, there might be a couple things missing
And
this week.
and I would say also with the calendar control, it's scheduling your entire calendar to make sure that you're getting everything in that you want to get in for the week, not just Pure Haven, but making sure that you're hitting those priorities that are important to you. So if the gym is important to you, scheduling that in. If going to networking is important, scheduling that in. So making sure that you're getting all your schedule down for the week. So you're not just kind of going, oh, my whole week got away from me, which is what I hear most on coaching is my whole week got away from me. You mentioned skills training, Jen.
Yep.
And what you're doing this week.
I did not. This week I
Okay.
will be doing it, and I recently took Fraser offered a masterclass on he's basically the social media guru, how to grow on social media. So if you want to learn a little bit more about growing your business on social media, growing your team, come on Monday, tomorrow. That's tomorrow, right?
Yes.
And hear that. If you can't make it, don't worry. We'll make sure that I record it. So our skills trainings are recorded. And you are running a Mindset Monday. I didn't notice that. Sorry. Beth is running a Mindset Monday. That is also going to be recorded. And that's where you just kind of go over your limiting beliefs and get your head kind of more focused on what's important.
And I just want to point out that Power Hour is at 5 a.m. for me, and Mindset Monday is at 6 a.m. So just want to point that out.
Our,
I'll
our
I'll
leader is
do it.
dedicated.
All right. So, um, congratulations on the October sales leaders. Over 3,000 in personal sales, me and Dee. 3,000 personal sales gets you 40% commission on your month. I do not believe in leaving money on the table if I don't have to. So I try to always hit that 3,000 in sales. Over 2,000 in personal sales with 35% commission, Kim Chartier, Anna Truffle, and Rose Raber. Congratulations. And then over 1K in personal sales, Sarah Klein, Diana Perlman, Shannon Rosnay, Roxanne Russell, Megan Berry, Miranda Fox, Candice Bourgeois, Amy Stevens, Shilamita Cooper Shine, who only goes by Shilamita, so I didn't have to put the last name in there. Leslie Hurst, Leah Sedgety, Christy Schwartzentruber, Dawn Wortman, Valerie Larson, Kim Pillivin, Danielle Scheiden, Melissa Gilbody, Megan Paradise, Judy Rosati, and Sonia Miklit. So congratulations to everybody who did over 1,000 in personal sales, which got them to that 30% level on their month. Once you hit 300 in sales for your month, you will get your 25% commission. So 300, it goes up 5% from the 20% base, 1,000 up to 30, 2,000 up to 35, and 3,000 up to 40. So yay for everybody. That's wonderful. And then welcome to our new team members. We have Ashley Schwartzentruber joining us through Christy Schwartzentruber, who recruited her, Natalie Addington, recruited by Rose Raber, Emily Felice, recruited by Rose Emily Felice. That's going to be confusing. Stephanie Ainscough, recruited by Rose Raber, Lisa Kapnick, recruited by Anna Truffle, Melissa Aero, recruited by Leah Sedgety, and Lisa Main, recruited by Michelle Santamaria. So welcome to all of our new team members. And Gina, are you walking us through the Have You Thought About today?
I sure am.
Woohoo!
Okay, so this is back from the book Selling It Softly that we went through at second to last book clubs. We're two books ahead, but it gives you these great tips to sell softly. So the next tip was, have you thought about? So these are kind of like lines that you can use, you can weave into when you're having a discussion with someone about your business. So have you thought about gives you a soft way to invite and to suggest the products. It also allows you to measure interest without using the word interest, because nobody wants to hear, are you interested? Because they're not. Like that's like a red flag. But if you go, have you thought about, have you considered, that's a little bit of a different way to do it that is more approachable. So these are three, and this is also good stuff if you're hosting an event, a party. This is really good stuff to have these kind of things in your head to think about, to share. Okay, Jen has just posted the shirt and it's beautiful. So, okay, so the first one is, have you wondered how it would feel to pay off that bill or set aside a little each month for that vacation you wanted? So obviously that's for recruitment. Have you considered how toxins that are commonly found in products can contribute to aging? So that is good when you're sharing about the skincare kit. And then for hosting, have you thought about what makes this a great month to host a party? So those are just 3 examples. And if everybody wants to give a shot at it, everybody can pitch in one for hosting, one for products, and one for business. If anyone wants to give it a shot. No, everybody's real quiet today.
I just don't want to be the first one to jump in and I can think of 20 off the top of my head. I'm sure somebody else can.
Mhm.
Call on somebody, Gina. Put them on the hot seat.
We're a little noisy over here.
Okay. Well, I will call on somebody and put them on the hot seat. Hold on. Let's
Okay.
see. Leslie Hurst, give us a have you thought about? You're muted. You're muted. There we go.
Okay. Have you thought about, okay, you caught me writing notes. Have you thought about how often you're using products that are not good for you?
Oh, I love that one. That's great.
Thanks.
Kim Chartier, have you thought of?
Have you thought about how you felt when you first learned about the toxins in your products?
Good.
Oh, good one. That would be great for hosting or joining. Jen Pacelli.
I was trying to compile it. Okay. Have you thought about I can't think of the words. The relief you can get from peace of mind knowing the products won't harm your children.
Oh, I love that.
It's a good one.
Melissa, you invited like 50 people to the Zoom. Do you have a good have you thought of?
I wish I had invited 50.
Well,
I
we
did
can
have,
call inviting.
I was happy to have a few there.
Yeah.
I don't have a have you thought about,
Okay.
not yet.
What got you to move from thinking about joining to joining?
Oh, I don't know. I knew it was something that I wanted to do. And because I'm addicted to Pure Haven products.
Okay. So what about, hey, I know you love the products. Have you ever thought about sharing them with other people?
Yeah, yeah. Or
Yeah.
have you thought about trying um a non-toxic toothpaste or yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Great. See, you're better at this than you thought. You did awesome.
She is. I agree. She is.
Spat, can you come off mute?
I can, but I can't really speak.
Oh. Can you type a have you thought about in the chat? We're waiting with bated breath, Spat. We're all waiting for you.
I just want to say I'm glad we're doing this because I forgot about this. So
Yeah. I love bringing these back. It's such a powerful book.
yeah.
Yeah, agreed. These are really helpful.
Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Have you thought about the health benefits of trying high quality products? Fantastic. I love that one.
Love it.
You guys did great. Thanks, Gina. Thanks for leading us with that.
You're welcome. No problem.
Yeah,
Oh, have you ever thought
Right?
about how it would feel to take your family on an all-inclusive trip? Good one. All right. Kim, are you doing these specials this month, or Jen, are you doing them? Are you guys
It's
tag
me.
teaming? Oh, it's
It's
usually,
me.
oh,
It's usually
okay.
me and Rose. Yep.
You and
And we-
Rose. Okay.
Imagine. All right, so I have them on my phone so I can go back and forth. But so first up, consultant specials. Sorry, my phone is going crazy. There's a group message. I don't know if you can hear all the dinging.
It's
So
lots of
consultant,
sales, right? Everybody's buying.
consultant specials. If you join with your $35 starter kit and you reach $300 in personal sales before the end of the month or by the end of the month, and book a gathering between October 1st and November 15th, then you can receive the $99 non-tox my day product pack plus 5 bonus products for free, which is awesome. And the other one is, this is brand new, the consultant incentive for October. Any consultant that makes a $150 or more purchase wholesale will get free shipping on that order. Yeah. Woo.
Who's excited about free shipping for consultants? First time ever,
Yeah, so that's good.
right? That's awesome. Huge, 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 huge.
All right, and then I think if you're in the same order as me, we're moving on to host specials.
Oh, wait, what happened? I must have got that in. I
Oh, there it is.
slipped that
Nope,
in between.
that's all right. That's do you want to skip or do you want me to skip or do you want me to go on?
Skip, I'll go back.
Okay.
And the winner for the Fall for Pure Haven event, Lisa Main, who joined as a consultant during our event. Congratulations on both joining and doing a great job with that event. And then our existing consultant was Michelle Santamaria, who sponsored Lisa Main, or recruited Lisa Main. And then all of the other folks listed, Christy, Gina, Melissa, and Jen all got honorable mention with over 5 points. 5 points or over. So congratulations, everybody. Did people find value in this? Would you like us to do it again?
Yes.
Any requests for prizes? We've done things other than product in the past. Is product fun for you guys, and does that help you get people, or would you prefer something else? Kim Chartier won a Coach bag one time, so we'll do other things too. Cash. I think cash is always good. People like money. All right, so I'm gonna go on to the next one.
All right, going on to host specials. These are similar to last month. If your host has a gathering that where sales reach $600 or more, they have a choice of the 3-piece, I can't believe it's not Botox set, or the 5-piece in the bag makeup set, which does come with that bag. They purchase those for a ridiculously low amount in comparison to the retail price. If their gathering reaches $1,000 or more, then they have the option of purchasing the premium host exclusive, which is the 7-piece non-toxic skincare bundle in the bag also. The 2 for the 600, you pick one or the other. And then if you reach the 1,000, then you have the option of that one too, which are all 3 of them are amazing sets. I just had a host and she picked the 3-piece. I can't believe it's not Botox set, so she's excited to get that because I think it's I can't see right there, but $41.95, and the beauty booster is in there. The beauty booster is almost $100, so it's basically half price on that, and you're getting the other 2 items for free.
Awesome.
And
All
then
right.
we're going to go on to preferred customer specials. So we have a brand new rollerball scent called Pure Joy. It's an earthy, woody scent, along with citrus and a hint of black currant. So I can't wait to try that. For preferred customers, they can purchase that for $19.96 with a $70 purchase or more. And going on to customer specials, with a $95 purchase or more, you get a free headache stick, which is great because I know for me, this is allergy season. So my sinuses get a little wonky around this time of year. So that headache stick is amazing. And then this is also new too, which is great to reach out if you have a first-time customer and they place an order of $95 or more. They're going to get a Pure Haven gift certificate worth $25, I believe it is. Yeah, I have to enlarge my photo on my end over here.
Yes, it
Um,
is $25.
Yeah, and so that the graphic there, all those products, those are just samples of different items that they could purchase with their $25 gift certificate. And following that, just new products. So new products, the Pure Joy rollerball scent that we just talked about, and we're also coming out with a Pure Joy firming body oil, which I already love the one we have because it makes my skin so soft. So I can't wait to try this one too. They are continuing with the honey and fig for this month. And then the essential oils are now available while supplies last.
And that's sweet orange, eucalyptus, tea tree, and peppermint.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, time to move on to Atomic Habits. I have not. Spat asked me the same thing. I do not always get them ahead of you guys, believe it or not. So I did not get it, but it sounds yummy. So I'm excited. All right, Atomic Habits. Did everybody read the chapter? Spat read the chapter. Leslie read the chapter. All right. So Gina read the chapter. And Jen's excited that it isn't vanilla. So Leslie, Gina, or Spat, before I launch into my portion on this chapter, this is maybe my favorite chapter of this book. I've read it before. What were your favorite takeaways from this chapter? Leslie, go ahead.
Is it one or two?
2.
Okay.
Good question.
Okay. I never thought about that changing habits has to talk things about changing your identity. Because I thought, I started reading, I'm like, change my identity. Oh my goodness. But then I realized what he was saying was that change identity change. If you say like, instead of I want to go to the gym and exercise, if you say I'm a gym member person, I love to exercise, it changes your whole, it takes you from I want to do it to I'm already doing it mentally. So now I can pick it up more physically.
Yeah, it becomes part of who you are instead of,
Yeah.
so in the book he has circles. I'm a very visual person, so if you haven't read the book yet, he has circles. I'll show you in mine. And so does anyone remember, or has anybody watched Simon Sinek's Start With Why? Okay, it's very similar to that. So if you think about identity-based layers of behavioral change, and in terms of Simon Sinek's Start With Why, it's very similar. So here's the circles. And so the outer layer of the circle is outcomes. The second layer is process, and the inner circle is identity. And as Leslie mentioned, if you start with, I want to I want to go to the gym 3 times a week. That would be an outcome-based goal, right? If you set a process goal, then, wait a second. Hold on, I might have gotten that wrong. Let me think about this for a second. Hold on. So the first layer is changing your outcome. It's with changing your results. So that would be something like losing weight. So, okay, you want to lose weight. You want to publish a book, you want to win a championship, right? They're kind of finite, and they also, like, it's easier to get off track, right?
Mhm.
The second layer is changing your process. So maybe the thing that they talked about was implementing a new routine. So it's concerned with changing your habits and systems. So maybe it's you are going to the gym. And then the third one is changing your identity, which would be I am a healthy person. And so part of being a healthy person is going to the gym regularly. And then so if you start saying I am a healthy person, you're changing your identity and how you think about yourself. And then the habits follow from there because you're going out. So it's setting the why and then thinking about the process and then thinking about the outcomes. And okay, so Gina, what was your biggest takeaway?
So I really liked the whole identity thing. Because like so for me at the gym, our gym is very much, you're told that you can do it. And so.
Or forced to.
Not from you. You were told that you can do it. You're told that it's not that you can't do it, you can do it. And so it's an identity change. You're approached at the gym like you can achieve this. Like, don't even worry. And so that habit like was entrenched in me. And so that's part of, if I don't feel like going to the gym, I like subconsciously think, yeah, but Gina's a gym girl.
Yeah, it's part of your identity. Gina's a gym girl.
So I'm going.
Yeah.
I think the tricky part is how do we switch it? I know he's going to get into it in the future, but how do we switch our mindsets from all these things? And then the other thing is, I remember years ago, I told someone I was a brown thumb, and they were like, you should never say that about yourself. Like they were offended that I said that. And I thought, like, I don't really care about plants and stuff, but I thought it was funny. And they were like, no, that's a negative. You should say
part of your identity.
That's part of your identity. That's what they were trying to tell me. And I was like, I don't get why that's not just funny. But that clearly shows anything negative you say about yourself, honestly, it builds up and it brings you into a sadder place.
It's part of your identity. You're creating your identity by talking negatively about yourself. Absolutely. So why do we not succeed with changing habits was what he asked at the beginning. And he said it's because we try to change the wrong habits. We already talked about the 3 layers. The first layer, outcomes, the second layer, process, and the third layer is belief. And it's the belief is your worldviews, your self-judgment, as Gina just mentioned, but also your judgment of others. And so you want to sort of think about and question, is what you believe about other people, or are your beliefs true, and can they be changed? So the example he gave right off the bat was, I'm trying to quit smoking is something you want to do versus I'm a non-smoker. So, and these can be true for not just people, but also organizations. So leaders in action, we may want to be thinking about this. What is true of our organization? Who are we as a culture? What is our identity? And if anybody else has thoughts about that, then we want to talk about that from the inside, what our core values are and what our identity is, so that we create that culture. And I invite all of you to think about that and what you would like us to be. So the goal is not to read a book. The goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to run a marathon, but to become a runner. Note, and Gina talked about this too, this can work against us. Think of all the times we say negative things about ourselves. I'm terrible with directions. I'm always late. I'm not a morning person. I'm terrible with technology. Like, those are all things that are within your control to change. And because you've made them part of your identity, you don't work to change them. Whereas if you created a positive identity for yourself with those, they would change. So it's easy to slide into these mental grooves, which you can associate yourself with when you've been doing it for years. It can be comfortable to do what you believe is true about you, even if it doesn't help you, right? Like it's what you believe about yourself. So you just do that because that's what you believe, but it's not necessarily good for you. So progress actually requires unlearning. And how can you emphasize new aspects of your identity that serve you and get rid of old ones that don't? He talked about how every belief is learned, right? Babies don't come out with their beliefs formed. They're taught beliefs. Everybody is taught all of their beliefs. Each experience in life modifies your self-image, and we change bit by bit, day by day, habit by habit. Each habit is like a suggestion. Hey, maybe this is who I am. Every action is like a vote for who you want to be, right? We talk about voting with your dollars. Your actions are votes for who you want to be as well. So when you make decisions throughout your day, you're voting for who you are as a person. No single instance will transform you, but your accumulated votes will. And so each habit teaches you to trust yourself. It's a two-step process. You decide who you want to be, and then you prove it to yourself with small wins. And actually, while I was working today, I don't know if you guys saw, I'm reading the book Will by Will Smith. And it's a fascinating book, but one of the quotes I loved in it, and he said he got this from somebody else, so he did not take credit for it, but he said, life is like school with one key difference. In school, you get the lesson and then you take the test. But in life, you get the test and then it's your job to take the lesson. Right? So I think the biggest thing we can learn about this is we talk all the time about how important our why is. That core, that identity is all about your why. And if your why isn't strong enough, then you're not going to get out to do the things you need to do to build your business. All right, so I wanted to read the chapter summary. There are 3 levels of change: outcome change, process change, identity change. The most effective way to change your habits is to focus not on what you want to achieve, but on who you wish to become. Your identity emerges out of your habits. Every action is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. Becoming the best version of yourself requires you to continuously edit your beliefs and to upgrade and expand your identity. The real reason habits matter is not because they can get you better results, although they can do that, but because they can change your beliefs about yourself. Any other thoughts about this chapter before we end for tonight?
I have a thought.
Can you say it, Svet, or are you typing?
I'm trying to hold on. So what I liked and what you mentioned was to think and it will become. So that kind of to me is an offshoot of that first book that we read that I forgot.
Think and Grow Rich.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just all the concepts that kind of all come together. And there's another one that I was reading. Let go of the outcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Because the outcome is sort of the least important thing in that whole
correct.
section, right? Like if you're doing the things and changing who you are, the outcome will happen as a byproduct, not because you're and what happens a lot of times, and we've talked about this before, you set a goal that's an outcome-based goal. And I think it's important to have outcome-based goals because it's a way of measuring things, but it's not the be all and end all. And I think it's really important to remember that when we have outcome-based goals. Sometimes people do things. uh, I'm thinking about trips, right? We don't have the new trip qualifications yet, but a lot of people will get the trip qualifications and they'll make it their goal to get the trip, and then they do really do things that are not to grow their business to get the trip, and it always ends badly for them, right? Like they'll sign on their cousin and buy their cousin $1,000 worth of products to get a trip. And is that really helping their business in the long run? Right. So you want to think about, and also, doesn't it feel icky like to do that because you're not really earning it, right? Like it's all a facade and it's not really, it's just an outcome. It's not, if you're doing it the right way, it'll happen. Jen, poking fun about yourself. Yeah, I mean, I think you need to think about when you're talking about yourself, how you're talking about yourself and who you are at your core and how you talk about that.
Yeah, I tend to do that, so that's why I was asking. Or I
Yeah.
used to do that more. I don't do that as much.
Okay, so now you are not a person who pokes fun at yourself.
Right,
You take yourself seriously.
right.
You're a strong woman. And then you make the choices to become that.
The little habit changes. Yes.
Little choices. Little choices.
It's a little daunting.
Yeah, no, it's just about the choices you make every day. So if you sort of decide who you're going to become, right? Like a vision board, you decide who you're going to become. And then you use that as your roadmap to figure out the choices you make on a day-to-day basis and even hour-to-hour or minute-to-minute basis.
Right. Well,
I'm
you
gonna
know
say-
that-
Go ahead.
That story that he told about his friend who decided that she wanted to do something, and then every day she would ask, would a healthy person do this or this?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that breaks down
exactly.
those small fractions, and it
Yeah.
makes it easier
Yeah.
and keeps you focused.
Yep.
I gotta say for myself, like the person I am now is not even a little bit like the person I was younger, but that was because I decided after my second daughter was diagnosed with autism and I was really struggling with it. I went down that path for a little bit and then I was like, you know what? I don't want to feel like this. I want to be a hopeful, joyful, optimistic person. So I wasn't like that growing up. Like that wasn't me. But I put that in my head that's
Right.
this is how a hopeful person acts. This is how an optimistic
Right.
person would act. And
A joyful,
Yeah.
hopeful person would do
Right.
this in this situation. They wouldn't
Right.
do this. And we
Right.
all have those moments, like he talks about, we all have those moments where we don't embody that, right? We don't embody that person, but it's the accumulation of all the right choices. So,
Mhm.
you know, like I think about, you have those moments where you're like, if you say I am a patient person and I am a kind person and I am, and then you're faced with, you've been on a flight across the country and you're at the luggage thing and the luggage number, the thing for the luggage carousel gets changed and everybody goes rushing over to the new one and your luggage is one of the first pieces off of the belt, but everybody's crowded. And then you become that person who's like, boom, and just pushing your way through. While
Right.
I may be talking about myself. I could have waited for my suitcase to go around again and found a better spot to go stand where I wasn't pushing people out of the way, but I was just done, right? Like it happens to the best of us, but it's the accumulation of the decisions and not the one-off things that you kind of beat
Right.
yourself up about and go, oh, that really wasn't very nice. Like I should have been more patient and I should have been more kind in that moment. Like it's okay if you're actively working towards being that person every day. Like, give yourself some grace.
Yeah, totally.
So, you kind of cut the qualities of a leader out. So I'm just gonna say,
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Thank you.
well, I mean, what we've been talking about all night really ties into it. So we were going to talk about vision.
Yeah.
And so it kind of ties into our philanthropy for this month, as well as this chapter that we just read this week. So a good leader, a leader always thinks ahead and really has vision of who they want to be and where they want to be. So I challenge all of us. Beth already said it. If we each got, what would you say, 100 deodorants, we would outperform our goal. And now I would like us all, with this chapter that was just read, to pick one little habit, and change it. Like I
Well,
always
we wanted,
I'm-
I would challenge us, rather than choosing one little habit, to choose what that makes our identity.
Right. Well,
Rather
I
than
have the
choosing a
habit.
habit.
I have the habit of saying I kill plants all the time. So I challenge myself to not say that. And to
Or
act
to say, I am somebody who loves plants and can take care of plants.
I have noticed since I've been starting to talk to them more, they are staying alive longer. So
There you go.
anyway, so just keep that in mind. You know, a leader is not always someone standing up in front. There are different aspects to it, and we all are, like I say every time I speak, we all are leaders. We just have to step into it more. So
All right. Well, thank you all for coming tonight. Anything else before I stop the recording? Okay, stopping.